I can't remember the last time I was content, and now I wonder, how do I get there again?
Psalm 23 verse 2, he leads me beside still waters. You know that we've been taught something very dangerous actually, that struggle equals growth and that pressure equals progress. And that if it's hard, then it must be God. And you know, Psalm 23 introduces the shepherd system to us. And it tells us that he leads me beside the still waters, not turbulent waters, not chaotic supply, but still waters. Which means that God does not just provide, he actually provides in a way that your soul can sustainably receive. God is not only interested in giving you provision, he's also interested in how that provision affects your soul. And so you have to see that he leads me beside still waters. Now, still waters represent supply without anxiety. Provision without chaos, access without struggle. Because sheep cannot drink from turbulent waters. They need calm, they need clarity, they need peace. So the shepherd leads them to a place where what they need is not just available, but it's also receivable. Now, in the same way, God's provision is not just about what he gives, but how he gives it. God does not just give, he gives in a way that you can carry, so that provision does not destroy your peace. Because any provision that destroys your peace is not provision, it's a trap. And trust me, that never comes from God. Friends, not everything available is assigned. And this is one of the greatest mistakes that we tend to make. We assume that every opportunity is divine supply. But availability does not equal assignment. There are many waters in life. Some are loud, some are fast, some of them are impressive, but not all of them are from God. Because God's leading is not just towards provision, it is towards the right provision. Not everything available is assigned to you. You can drink from the wrong stream and still remain thirsty. So you've got to consider, and this brings us to the concept of divine ease versus the human strain, and what we would frequently confront and we're faced with. Because still waters introduces us to that concept of divine ease, that it doesn't mean there's no effort. It means that effort is not how you accomplish things, that effort is not accompanied by strain, by anxiety and internal chaos. Because when God leads, there's clarity, there's peace, there's sustainability. But when something is outside his leading, you will often feel that pressure, that confusion, sometimes that restlessness. And many people have mistaken this kind of pressure for progress. Look, struggle is not the proof of growth. It is often the proof of misalignment. And you see, divine supply flows to you without choking your soul. So friends, how do you know what is from God? What's the test of true provision? Look at what it produces in you. Because God's provision will bring peace. It will bring rest. It will also bring clarity. So friends, God does not just provide for you. He leads. And where he leads matters, because there are many options in life, but only a few are still waters. So you've got to realize that God will bring you to a place where your soul can drink without anxiety, where supply does not come at the cost of your peace. And you must learn that you follow not just for provision, but you follow the shepherd who leads to it. Because when God leads you, you won't have to fight to drink, because true provision flows with peace and not pressure. Have a blessed day, friends.
All the things that I don't have, and you giving me everything. Why am I stuck in my feelings, thinking I know what I deserve? And the answer is clear to me. Cause what you give me, Lord, is more than I desire. You're my provider. And when I lose my way, you lead me through the fire. You're my provider. Even on my